Hey everyone, Lamoura here. We're just going to jump right into it, right where we left off in the last episode. Call of the Sea. Bartholomew has information that may be of interest to you. Ah, my lady envoy. I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limzo Laminsa in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with the Badaron? The proprietor of the Drowning Wench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Badaron would doubtless be pleased were you to offer him your services. Okay, so now they're going to send us to another city-state to start doing some of the quests. So this is where I kind of mean like that level 15. Like this is a level, even though I'm level 16, this is a level 15 quest. And it's around here that you start getting bounced from city-state to city-state, and you can kind of go worldwide, global, if you will. So there's no detriment per se for starting in one city-state over another. It really just doesn't matter at all in the grand scheme of things, because now that the game has opened up, we have the airship, we're worldwide. I'll save this next point for when we get there so you can see. So we want to teleport down to, well, I guess technically, if we think about it, right, I don't have the, what would you call it, the airship plaza on here. But what I do have is Limzo Laminsa unlocked for me to fast travel to. I haven't gotten all of the Aetherite shards in Ul'dah, and I'm okay with that. I'm not really too concerned, to be perfectly frank with you. So we're going to go up to, where would be the best place? It would be for Limzo Laminsa lower decks. I wish there was an upper decks transportation, but there's not, unfortunately. Okay, so I traveled over here to the upper decks of Limzo Laminsa just so we didn't have to walk through multiple loading screens here. It's a nice little tavern area. Now, part of the reason why I didn't choose Arcanist for my beginning class and why I chose White Mage and my second character, Niah, that I had, is because of this gentleman right over here, Badaron. When we talk to him, I just have to give the forewarning. Even more so than my usual bad reading comprehension, we are going to struggle here. Badaron has a way of speaking that really, I don't know if it's because like I'm just dyslexic or stupid or whatnot, but it really plays havoc on my reading comprehension. So just bear with me. You can make fun of me all you want, but it's really difficult. Welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever ye like, lass. I'll be with ye in a... Aye, I'm Badaron, alright. Who's asking? Aye. Heard as I've got a job for a capable venture, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just you're fairly warned. Though this ain't no job for a faint of art, things are liable to get downright bleedin' hairy. But if you think you're still interested, let me know, and I'll fill ye in on the details. So yeah, he speaks in more piratey speak, I guess is the best way for me to describe that. And unfortunately, because he does in the text form, it's all the apostrophes and the yours, it wreaks havoc on me, and I'm really not good at it. So I will probably be cutting out most of his dialogue if I get too bad and just let you read it, because no one wants to hear me stumble over these words. Alright, Badaron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench, has a need of a capable venture. And I should mention, he is the main quest proprietor, very much like however Mother Mio is for us in Gridania. So you'll be talking to him in the beginning of the game quite a lot. I thank ye for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it that some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Statasha's sea court, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Aleport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But it weren't so long ago as the Fishback's pet pirate paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk were feeling a bit nervous. If you would permit me, Master Beteron, I should be happy to elaborate. Oh, if you should permit me, Master Beteron, I should be happy to elaborate. It's a different person. Well, well, if it ain't the Chief Yellowjacket himself, to what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Raynor? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither, in fact. I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist my investigation. I came to offer what information I could sift from the recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Airport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the regions, the Statasha Sea Goat included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of Coeurls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Statasha again. But with this Sagian, I don't know, testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Statasha is located in western Lanoskia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vemelpa? Right. Right, that is such an odd name. She can be found at the ferry docks in the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lass. Right. Okay, so at least we had Raynor, who speaks normally, except for the Vampirella over there. Okay, and then we also have 2 unlock quests that are around here. I think one of them is for glamours, and the other is for something else. Maybe the esthetician. Rising to the challenge. Careless. Okay, not going to do that. We'll do them eventually, but not right now. Yeah, and then this is for the esthetician. Essentially, you get a one-time ticket for changing your hair. If you're in this game and you're like, man, I like my race, but I don't like the hairstyle that I chose or the color, you get 1 ticket to change that until you get towards the end of the game, when you get what they call a Fantasia, or a complete character overhaul. You can change your race, your gender, whatever you want. Okay, so again, we're not going to go do these 2 yet, but we will eventually. Right now, we're going to do the It's Probably Pirates. We need to go down to the lower docks here in order to get the extra information on what and where we're going. So we need to find an Aetheryte, which I believe our closest one will be right down over here. Yes, we could just go... Well, here's the question. Is it telling me that... How far do I need to go? Okay, so the best one is to go to the Fisherman's Guild then. Gotcha. Perfect. Whoa, look at this guy. Look at this. Is this a paladin? He looks like a holy knight. That's really cool. I don't think I've seen one with such a shield on him before. It's kind of cool. I've seen that sword a bunch. Some of the characters in this game just look so freaking cool. Alright, so we need to go to the Fisherman's Guild then. Fisherman's Guild. Alright. Here we are. We should just do it in about face, and we have a nice little fairy person over here. So that's a fisher. I just want to make sure I saw an unlock quest, and sometimes they just appear at random after you do the main story quest and whatnot. So just have to be sure. All right, Vemelpa. Vem. That's what we'll call you. We'll call you Vem. You're here about the Commodore Raynor's investigation? Then you'll want to board the ferry bound for Airport. Once you arrive in western Lanoskia, though you best pay a visit to the Hall of Novice before you blunder into Statasha. Oh, okay. Hall of the Novice. Do we want to be doing that right now? Anyways, the Adventure Guilds runs the halls, and folks there will appreciate train you with the skills you need to face the dungeons undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Statasha, just north of the airport. Head inside, and one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Alright, so it seems like either that's something that we have to do. This ferry is bound for airport. Are you riding with us? Yes, I am. Either we have to do this, or it's something that we can honestly skip since we did the Hall of a Novice in the other area for the White Mage. So yeah, as I was saying, there's a good chance that this is similar to the one that we had in Gordania, and just at the low level it doesn't really mean anything. We'll check it out. We may get new gear, we may just get very similar to gear that we're already wearing, and so it may not be any point, but we'll check it out. I mean, it's part of the quest, and it looks like I have to do it anyway, so at the very least we can stop by and say hello. Wow, this is a nice Hall of the Novice. Much better than one in Gordania that's in a dungeon. Alright, so we have to wait for someone to load up in here. It's you, the seasoned adventurer. Ah, you must be the adventurer whom the Yellow Jackets sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of Statasha's Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions. And you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercise tailored to your particular field of expertise. Alright, so this is something that we do indeed need to do. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket scout at the mouth of Statasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with the details. Okay. So, no, we don't. We've already done it. Let's just double check. We'll talk to them. There's no greater striving and like-minded, made wisdom, common grand, hall is novice adventure, register. So we don't have this one done because we haven't done DPS, but it's really not that much different. I just kind of want to do the dungeon, and it's just how long is this really going to take, you know? Because I can go up there and do the thing now, but we should probably... Should we? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Alright, so let's commence. We might get new gear, and at the end of it, why not, right? If it looks like it's going to be bad, we'll just say F it. Because, I mean, we did do the one for the healer, right? So it might as well do the one for the DPS. Anyways, let's proceed directly. Alright, when it comes to your place in the party, you are sharp end of the spear. Simply put, your role is to inflict as much damage as possible while keeping your own skin intact. As such, you cannot just attack whichever enemy you please. If you strike a foe other than one controlled by your ally, then you risk becoming the target of deadly aggression. As you might have guessed, the purpose of this exercise is to teach cooperation. Your ally will hold the enemy's attention. It is your job to take the foe down. Work with your allies to defeat the enemy, and we can move on to the next training exercise. Everything is clear, I trust? Say the word when you are ready to begin. Okay, so this isn't actually that bad of a time to do this, especially since we switch class. Even though at level 30 I will be playing a healer mostly, it is worth it for us to learn how the DPS role is handled. Now this training exercise is now underway. Attack the same foe as your ally to win the battle. Okay, so, and this will help us kind of understand what we're doing, and like the whole point, more or less it will help you understand what I'm doing and while I play the game. So I don't have to explain every minute, and you won't be just, no, let's keep it, okay. So you don't have to be wondering, like, what is he doing? Why is he clicking? And you'll kind of understand why I have things set up the way I do. Now, so what's happening here is the game's telling us that we always want to focus on the enemy that our tank is fighting. If we don't, we build up what is called aggression in this game, or hate. And if that maxes out, that means that enemy is now going to focus the target onto the person who has the most aggression or hate. Usually because a tank is for that role of generating more aggression or hate, they will always have the top marks. But if you are attacking enemies that your tank hasn't pulled yet, then you are in trouble, because you are squishy DPS, almost just as squishy as the mages in this game. So the tank is the main threat holder. And if you're not attacking the same enemy as your tank, so like here, the Guildmaster, here you can see who he's targeting, and you'll find me often clicking on these two things. If you're not attacking who the tank is, then you're endangering pretty much the rest of your party. So it is very important. I see this happen all the time. You, as a DPS, as a white mage, you always want to be attacking whoever your tank is attacking. It's just going to make dungeons and encounters that much easier for you and the whole group. Because as a DPS, you may be like, well, I'm putting out DPS, it doesn't really matter. But in the end of it, you're helping your... Okay, so this is all for Disciples of Magic. In the end, you're helping your healer do less healing. If the tank isn't focusing more targets that he doesn't need to be and generating more hate and all that, then the healer doesn't need to do as much work. And the healer doesn't need to do as much work, not just healing the tank, but also you as the DPS, because you're out going rogue and doing your own thing. You see what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. I hope I wasn't confusing you more than it needed to be. Essentially, attack whoever your tank is attacking. That's all it really comes down to. Okay, so we got a bit of XP from that. And I'm curious, is there another one here, or is it just, there's the training exercise 3. So we've already done 1 and 2 for the avoid area of attacks, right? We've already done that. So 3. And it looks like we are getting the Disciples of Magic gear anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But we are getting a fair bit of XP from this, which is nice. And again, we're learning new tactics. I think it's a problem that they don't require someone to do this. They just kind of have you go say hello, because I see this problem occur so much in the actual game. Let us proceed directly into the briefing. For this exercise, you will be fighting multiple opponents. Okay. The key to victory is coordination with your comrades. Each foe will fall all the swifter under focus assault. Oh yeah, I should be summoning my Eggy. Let's do that now. Work with your allies to defeat the enemies, and we can move on to the next training exercise. Everything is clear, I trust. Say the word when you are ready to begin. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so prepared. Yeah. I should have been having Carbuncle out for my last time, but I completely forgot. Sometimes it's just a lot to manage with this whole game. All right, this training exercise is now underway. Start the fight with the staff waiver shows such a most dangerous, but the least okay. Be sure to attack the same enemy as your ally. Strike the wrong foe 5 times, and we'll fail. Okay, so we're gonna click on our companion over here, and then we're going to switch over to whoever he's focusing. We don't need to worry about healing because we have a healer over here who will take care of that kind of stuff for us. So we're just going to focus on putting out the most damage that we can, so that way these guys fall faster, thus making the tank take less damage. You see how this all kind of plays together? And because we are doing single targets, we are focusing on using our secondary Carbuncle, who is more of a single target DPS as well, which will help things go down even faster. Now, I guess one thing that you should be aware of here is using AoE attacks here, right? You think, oh, well, there's 2 people, there's better chance to use AoE. But the problem with that is if the tank isn't attacking one of these guys directly and not using his cooldowns, then using AoEs may put the threat on you as the attacker. They might see you as a more or bigger threat as the tank. So you kind of want to avoid using AoEs if you're doing group pulls, unless you know that the tank has used some of his cooldowns, which if you're not, playing with a brand new to the game kind of tank, they should be. They usually get those kinds of skills relatively early. It's pretty much part of their main kit. But again, it's just something that you should be aware of. Alright, efficiency armor not be tested. Here's prize. Okay, cool. So we're just getting XP now. It's going to help us just get that much closer to where we were and hopefully advance us on past that. I know this is a lot of repetitiveness. This is probably MMO Basics 101. But for someone like me who started the game just almost never playing an MMO in his life, not really knowing some of the terminology like OGCDs or even GCDs, getting confused with a lot of the terminology, like when someone just say, oh, do MSQ. I'm like, what the heck is MSQ? It's a main story quest. They're saying, okay, manage your, your skills and do your hotbars. And it was all just so overwhelming. I feel like it is in part my job and my pleasure to break it all down as best as I can. I'm not saying that I'm the end-all be-all knowledge, but someone who went through this kind of struggle and can explain it in, I want to say layman's terms. I guess that's the best way to put it. I don't want it to sound stupid though. Let us proceed directly to the briefing. Do you remember the lessons where I had you evading enemy attacks? Yes, I do. This exercise will put that training to the test. You must needs plan your strikes around some fancy footwork, okay? Work with your allies to defeat the enemies, and we can move on to the next training exercise. Everything is clear, just say the word when you are ready. Okay, so we have to now dodge some attacks while we're trying to put out as much damage as possible. This is kind of the problem with caster DPSs as far as this game is concerned. There's a lot of times you need to move out of the way, but you have a longer cast time than something like a physical DPS like Dragoon or the Archer, who don't have to cast. They just instantly have a skill ready. So this is something that we'll need to be aware of, be present for, and all that. So yeah, look, now I didn't get as much DPS out because I need to now focus, instead of casting Ruin as much as possible, now I need to focus on dodging as well. So it's just one of those things to be aware of, depending on whatever class you're taking. See, I took that hit because I wanted to get that last cast out. I was being greedy. Definitely don't do that when you're in dungeons with other people. Be smart, even if it means that you won't get the most DPS out. You want to not die. You want to have your Conjurer do as little health mitigation on you as the not tank as possible. Alright, we'll throw this down. We get another Ruin. And we'll just keep on going, chipping away. And it should be good, right there, duty complete. Alright. Conclude the exercise. Pray come get your reward. Alright, frustrating dance. Yep, so we got some boots, but again, we are a person of magic, so they're all the same. If I was to be playing a physical DPS, I would be getting some different gear. No, please excuse me. So just keep that in mind. Just because I went from a... Once again, excuse me. Just because I went from a healing caster into a DPS caster doesn't mean that I get different gear. Once we get towards the higher levels of the game, that kind of nuanced is taken into account. But as of right now, I'm considered a magic user. I'm considered a caster, and that's all that really matters. I'm a disciple of magic is essentially what it all boils down to. Okay. Let's see, how many more are there going to be? So I would still need gloves and jacket, right? So there's probably 2 more. Oh no, it's comprehensive. Yep, training. Okay, so I think there were 6 total. So let's just do these last 2. Hopefully I can finish it in the next 5 minutes, because I'm assuming the dungeon's going to take us about 15 to 20. That's going to put us at a place that I would rather end the episode, but we'll see. Alright, let's proceed directly to the briefing. This exercise will teach you how to deal with enemy reinforcements. As the battle progresses, new foes will appear on the battlefield. These sudden arrivals will target your weakest comrade, so you must be quick to eliminate them. Work with your allies to defeat the enemies, and we can move on to the next training exercise. Everything clear, trust, say the word when you're ready to begin the exercise. Okay, let's go. Okay. Let's see whatever she has to say. This training exercise is now underway. Keep an eye peeled for reinforcements, novice. Okay, I think that's pretty much all they're going to say. So yeah, reinforcements, otherwise known as adds in this game, additional enemies or whatever. Essentially, sometimes bosses will summon new enemies throughout the phases of their fight that you have to deal with. Some are more important to deal with right off the bat than others, and sometimes you can ignore them completely. Especially with this older content in the game, some dungeons and bosses will, like, summon an enemy that in the earlier parts of the game, before the armor boosts and whatnot and the class boosts, they would just say, like, okay, yeah, this is important, we need to make sure that we're taking on these additional foes. And now we look at it like, yeah, just ignore. We'll do a boss spank. We'll just burn them down. So because some of the older content is technically outdated, we can ignore ads. In this situation, though, we are not able to. Okay, let's switch back over to our main guy. Recast our dots, or damage over time effects, and continue spamming Ruin until he goes down. I don't know if he summons another set of ads or additional foes, but we'll have to keep an eye out for that, because he does keep on healing himself, which is really annoying, to be honest with you. Alright, cool. So this is done, and we should just have one more after this. So yeah, we should be able to finish this before we hit the 30-minute mark. Okay, let's do this last one. Okay, number 6. Hopefully that's it. Alright, what is the deal with this one? I think I forget. Let's proceed directly to the briefing. I think I remember. In this exercise, you will learn to manipulate the battlefield. Okay, yep, I remember this one. During the battle, enemies will pour forth from the rear gate. New foes will continue to flood in whilst this portal remains open. You must operate the lever that closes the gate, or your party will be overwhelmed. Work with your allies to defeat the enemies, and we can move on with the next training exercise. Everything's clear, I trust. Say the word when you're ready to begin. Okay. So let's begin this training exercise here. And this one is fairly simple, introducing another mechanic into the game. Essentially, what they are saying is that training exercise is now underway. We're just going to get positioned. Engage the enemy, but be wary of the gate. Okay, so he means this gate. Okay, so this one's teaching you that sometimes in battles you are required to do extra content, extra mechanics that help you defeat the boss or prevent extra damage or something of that nature. The gate has opened, ignore the reinforcements for now, and operate the gate lever. Alright, so we'll just pull that down. And then we'll also focus on the autumn matron so that our healer doesn't get too damaged here. So yeah, it's pretty much telling you, like, hey, there's going to be extra mechanics that you need to defeat, and it's not always just simple, like, oh, prevent ads from coming. Sometimes it is using a cannon to, damage a boss. Sometimes it's something more complex, like defeat a tentacle or an arm. Or if you defeat one of these enemies before the other, you actually take more damage than you normally would. So it's important to kind of know your dungeon before you engage with the boss. And usually if you don't know those mechanics, then you want to say in chat, like, hey, I'm new, are there any mechanics I should be worried about? Otherwise, you will wipe your party and you'll have to do it all over again, and that can really frustrate a lot of people. Okay, cool. So we should be done. I think we've gotten everything that we need out of that. At least I hope. Okay, so I'm just going to click one more time. Okay, so I've done everything. Cool. So from here, we're at 32 minutes, huh? Alright, I don't think I have enough time to do this Tasha dungeon in this episode. So we're going to save that for the next episode. What we can do, though, is a series of small quests that will help us unlock something else. Now, I know that originally I said we're not going to do a lot of side quests or just ignore them and focus on main story quests. But I happen to know for a fact that our good friend here has a side quest that helps us unlock something eventually, and I want to get them. So like cats and dogs, Scree, I'm going to call him Scree, seeks the aid of an able-bodied adventurer. You look like an adventurer who gets around. Mayhap you have noticed the Coeurls and jackals at each other's throats of late. I've never seen anything quite like it, and the bloodshed only worsens by the day. If this continues, I dare say that one of these groups will wipe out the other before long. Now, it bears mentioning that this species of Coeurl isn't native to Vilbrand. By rights, they shouldn't even be here. Nay, I believe they were smuggled. I know of a merchant who may have had a hand in these dealings. Her name is Rekantai. Rekantai. And after some probing, I've come to believe she is somehow involved. I would question her myself, but she is likely to flee the first sight of yellow. That's where you come in. I need you to speak with her and learn all you can. Take a look around. She is bound to be nearby. Alright, so she is actually right over her. Here she is, Rekantai. Rekanti. I don't know. What's this? So they've sent you to do the dirty work. Well, you'll never take me alive. Never! Okay, so she runs off, and then we just need to go find her again. It's not like she goes particularly far away. But we do have a purple ring here, which generally indicates as soon as you get close, there's going to be a hostile encounter. So. Alright, so like I said, there was in fact a person here ready to kill us. But the question is, did she hire this sellsword to kill us? Because if so, we're going to have to exact some vengeance here. Because that is rather rude. You know, I'm going to, just because this guy is a little strong, he's not like super strong, I'm going to put a stone wall on myself, and we're just going to go from there. Might as well take less damage than we need to be taking. Alright, so my dots are almost done. I'm going to recast those. I should be casting those on this class a little bit early. I think about 3 seconds left. I should be recasting them so that they are continuously up. It's just a matter of me making sure I pay attention to that. Please don't hurt me. I didn't do nothing wrong. I smuggled in the Coeurls for breeding like ye asked, but that's it. I ain't the one sending the jackals into frenzy, I swear. Eh? The Yellow Jackets sent ye and not no pirates? Why the hells didn't you say so earlier? Well, you caught me. I'm behind the Coeurls in Airport. Those good-for-nothing pirates had me breed jackals for them too. With the right training... Who is going crazy over there? Anyways. With the right training, they make for nasty watchdogs and the like. But the pirates wanted more, and that's why they asked me for the Coeurls that they did. I smuggled them in, but the pirates took them before I could finish the job. Suppose they didn't want to wait for the breeding, but the buggers let them escape. Now they have jackals on the loose trying to get rid of the Coeurls and clean up their mess. I'm a victim as well, you know. Aye, they paid good coin for the animals, but now they got folks chasing after me, wanting to cover their tracks, I'm sure. You hurry and tell those yellow jackets. I ain't to blame, you hear? Okay. Can I hurry up? Someone was doing something over here. There was quite the commotion happening that I was hearing. So, other arcanists doing something. I'm not quite sure what though. Alright, so we need to turn in this quest. And I should probably double check. Yeah, I'm losing durability on my items, so I want to make sure that I repair those before we go into the Statasha dungeon. Otherwise, I'll be a detriment to my team. Ah, you're back. What can you tell me about Rakante's dealings? She claims to be a victim as well? It was her greed that brought the Coeurls to Veilbrand, and she is sorely mistaken to think the Yellow Jackets will turn a blind eye. Mark my words, she will be held accountable. At any rate, we now know why the Coeurls and the Jackals are trying to tear each other to shreds. The pirates have been quite careful not to leave any clues, but we've managed to capture Rakante's assailants. They're being questioned as we speak, and it won't be long before we track down the pirates. Don't worry, friend. The Yellow Jackets will see them brought to justice. In the meantime, there is still a matter of Rakante and the beasts running amok in the fields. I shudder to think what may happen should the Jackals and Coeurls continue fighting for much longer. I have a plan, but your assistance is essential to its success. Let me know when you are ready to begin. That's kind of cool, that right as we were uncovering the mystery, the daytime broke. Alright, I completely forgot to eat my food, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, so we have 2 different quests here that we can get 2 different things from. So we're going to start with Man's Best Friend, and as you can see, we get a wolf pup minion. It's adorable, I love them, and, well, I guess we can just see here, so you guys know. On the Curiosity killed the Coeurl, you get a Coeurl kitten minion, adorable as well. So you can pick and choose. If you're more of a dog guy or a cat guy, you can choose. But I happen to be both, so I'm going to do both of them. Rakante is admitted to breeding jackals for pirates, but I fear she may be concealing more to be smuggled elsewhere. I bid you speak with her once more to prove my suspicions are true. If she wishes to play the role of the victim, perhaps this time she will be more forthcoming with the information. Tell her that although we cannot grant her impunity, her cooperation will ensure a lighter sentencing. Okay, cool. So again, she'll be right here in this little area, just staring at these walls of weapons for whatever reason that she has. I'm not quite sure, but hey. The Yellow Jackets want to know if I'm hiding more jackals. Fine, I'll come clean if it means preserving my liberty. The jackals are long gone, but there's a wolf pup I was looking after not too far from here. Jackals are easy to come by in Aleport, but wolves? You can be sure folk will pay good money for 'em. With the Yellow Jackets breathing down me neck of late, though I haven't had time to care for 'em. Weird sentence. The poor thing's probably too weak from hunger to move. I'll tell ye where I hid him, but if ye want to take him, best move now. What with the Coeurls running wild, killing the pirate jackals and all, it won't be long before they start snooping about for more animals to train. I have to warn ye though, he may be a pup, but he'll likely make a meal of anyone who what get close to him. Try winning over his stomach with this here succulent bone. If that ain't enough, try rubbing his belly to soothe him. You can bet he'll be following you everywhere. I left the critter in Quarterstone. Hurry before the pirates find him. Okay, so I've already pre-done this, but when you see that orange text, like try doing this to, pacify blah blah blah, you want to use an emote. That's essentially what it's telling you there. So we need to go. Where's it telling me to go? There's Satasha. Alright, let's real quick just get rid of It's Probably Pirates. So we'll get rid of that. And then on our map, it's telling me that it's actually down over in this area. So I'm headed the wrong way. We need to go much, much further. Okay. So a bit more of a hike, and we're getting close to where I would have normally ended the episode. That's not really good, but I said I'd do these quests, so we're going to do them. I wish I just didn't waste my sprint before this. Okay, so the little guy should be up there. He is somewhere around here, like I thought. The starved pup. Poor little guy. Alright, grrr, he says. So let's try using this succulent bone, see if that works. Yep. Alright. So we gave the bone to him, but we still need to soothe him. And there it is. Look how freaking cute. Look at his little butt wiggles. Oh, I love him. I love him with all of my heart. Okay, so now we just need to return, and we can finish up this quest. But I need to see real quick. Can I use this? I cannot use it just yet. Okay. Eventually, that's how we will be able to use this minion. Once this quest is complete, we'll just go into our inventory, use it, and then we can summon him or her whenever we damn well please. And you will see just how freaking cute this thing really is. It's not fair. Like, it shouldn't be possible for something to be that adorable. Alright, let's help this person out a little bit. Maybe I'll, if I can. Okay, I'm stuck here. Here we go. It's party time now, guys. It's a party time. Let's go. I'm probably going to get disconnected here in a second. Awesome. I cannot believe this right now. That's hilarious. Alright, there we go. Right. We got out of it. That was interesting. I've never seen that before in my life. Weird. Okay, so let's turn this in. I heard from Raconte you went looking for the starved pup in Quarterstone. Did you have any luck? Yes, I did. Ah, so this is the pup Raconte's been hiding. Well done. She was here not long ago, as a matter of fact. It seems she's willing to cooperate with the authorities and help set things straight. But that's not all, friend. While you were searching for this pup, a group of pirates related to the investigation was taken into custody. We couldn't have done it without your help. The ringleader has yet to be found, but perhaps now Aleport can enjoy a moment of respite. That reminds me what to do with this pup. All that remains is what to do with this pup. He seems to have taken a liking to you. Perhaps it would be best if you looked after him. There is simply no room for him at headquarters, and letting him wander about on his own is out of the question. I realize now how sudden this is, but please give him a good home. You know I will. Look at that little wiggly butt. How could I not? Okay, so we need to go into our inventory real quick, and then we will use him. I did get another wind-up airship minion. I don't want to use it, because what will be happening here is I have a minion roulette, where I can just randomly summon any minion I want. So it will just randomly cycle through any of the available ones that I have, and I'm going to hope that I have little puppy boy over here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, can I get closer? Oh, he's doing a roll. I can't. Look at these two together. Perfect. Just perfect scenery. And his little run. Oh, guys. I'm in love. I'm in love. It's just so good. Alright, well, real quick before we end this episode, we do have one more. I do want to get the Coeurl kitten as well. Now then, we need to do something about the Coeurls running wild in Vilbrand. Jackals have greatly reduced their numbers, but the presence of Coeurls will upset the balance of predation in Aleport. Given time, they will establish a breeding population and perhaps even prey upon more than just animals. A large number of merchants, sailors, and travelers pass through Aleport daily, meaning a great many people will be at risk unless we stop the Coeurls here and now. As much as it pains me to say this, they must be done away with. I like this no more than you, but we Yellow Jackets must put the safety of the people above all else. Reports indicate that Coeurls were last sighted somewhere in Skull Valley. When you are ready, pray seek them out and do what needs to be done. Okay, so this one we don't have to run nearly as far as we did previously. So it should just be up here. And I think either there's a little zone, so we'll get our own independent enemies that we need to fight. So I'm going to stick with our little topaz. In fact, actually, I might change that up depending on how these guys come through. We'll keep getting a shield out. It's just going to be easier if we just focus on the one. I think if they were stronger, I would be a little bit more worried, but as of right now, these guys are pretty weak, so I'm good with what we've got. Yeah, so if that's it, this quest was much easier just for the fact that we didn't have to run 50,000 yalms away. Meow, meow. The baby Coeurl looks at you affectionately. And I think this quest is pretty much done, just like that. We'll have to do a bit more reading, but not nearly as far as a hike as the other one was, which I'm perfectly okay with. There's an escort quest. Okay, I'm going to turn in this quest, and I'm probably going to join that off screen. It's nothing really that important, but I'm going to get some extra XP for doing it. Alright. Welcome back, adventurer. How did you fare against the Coeurls in Skull Valley? Yeah, pretty well. I see, so this baby Coeurl is all that remains. It's truly a shame it came to this. Most of the jackals died fighting against Coeurls, but it would seem you slew the pirate's last litter while saving this one. Let us at least take solace in knowing the bloodshed has ended. There is a bit of good news to be had, however. I received word not long ago that a group of pirates related to this investigation was taken into custody. To instigate such carnage without scruple, the true animals in this case have been placed behind bars. With any luck, their leader and remaining members will join them shortly. What to do with this baby Coeurl? He seems quite fond of you, almost as if you were his mother. The Yellow Jackets are not fit to care for a Coeurl, especially when full grown, but we cannot simply release him back into the wilds. I suppose there's only one option. Friends, I leave this baby Coeurl in your capable hands. I'm sure you will do what's best for him. Alright, so we now have another little companion here. Just real quick, I will use that. And we'll just go into our companion thing here and summon him, just so that we don't have to cycle. And look how adorable that is. It's a little kitty. Alright guys, well that's it for me. I'm going to go help with this fate over here as much as I can, whatever's left of it. But as far as we're concerned with this episode, we're pretty much done. So I want to thank you all for joining me on today's episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it and are looking forward to future parts. I will see you all later. Peace out, and much love to you.